Morning everyone. Today we are going to do opening and closing of a balisong. It's a little bit advanced, but if you have one or you have a training knife, at least it's something you can do in the meantime to catch up. Well, not to catch up, but it's something you can do in the meantime to feel more advanced, even though it's quite easy. So this would be a standard balisong. As you can see here, you have your clip. That's a little bit. You got your two pieces of the handle, and you got your blade. Very simple. This is a very basic, normal one. I like to think of the balisong as the gun of the Cali, Eskrima, FMA community, because the way I was taught to draw it was actually to draw it like a gun. You know, you don't pull a balisong, you draw a balisong on someone. That's why when you're getting more advanced with your training, you'll be pulling it from the hip straight, and you'll have to have it from closed position to opening position when it's hitting your target. So that takes a lot of practice. But for today, what we're going to do is just opening and closing. So right now, as you can see here, I have it. Your pinky will play an awful part with this clip. So as you can see, you can pop it open. And the first move you want to do is actually check where the clip is. The clip on all balisongs will open to your left, and the right part of the blade, or the right part of the handle, this part, will be the corresponding blunt part of the knife. The clip side is where the actual edge of the knife is, and this is like a standard across all balisongs. So blunt side, no clip, clip with the blade, blunt side, no clip, clip with the blade. Okay, so it's a pretty uniform design across most balisongs. But for today, all you need to know is that the majority of the time when you are using it, the clip should be pointing to you before opening, and it'll flick away from your hand. Okay, that's the whole point of why it's there, so your pinky can release that whenever you need it to. You see that move? See what it did there? Just popped it off. Now the next thing you're going to do is open it in sequence. So pinky will flick out. Okay, there's a couple of different ways to do this, but I'm going to explain how I do it, and you can attempt to copy exactly, or you can maybe find your own variation on it, but this is comfortable for me and I'd recommend you do it this way. So we'll go back to closed, pinky pulls the clip, flick out the blade, it'll come out like this. When it gets to about here in your hand, you're going to want to let it drop and let gravity do a bit of the work here now for you. You let it drop and you pinch between your index and your thumb. Okay? The whole point here is that when you pinch this little bit, it'll drop in. Okay? This is very important because then you're grabbing. Okay? So let's go through this again. You flick out, it'll come out, and turn the blade out with it. As it's coming out, release your grip so it turns and is allowed to turn. Okay, so let me do this kind of quickly for you. Out. See the way I'm holding, clipping it like this? I basically let it drop in my hand while still maintaining a bit of the grip, but once it turns outwards and drops, it'll rotate in your hand, it'll start to look like this. Okay, so it's going to go from clamped like this to clamped like this, and once it's clamped like this, you can let the other side flick in. Okay, so let's do this again. 1, 2, 3. Boom, that easy. Okay, it's actually quite difficult for me to do it slow once you get used to it quickly. So out, turn, grab. Okay, pinky release. And get used to the motion of your hand turning. See where my fingers are now? Okay, so you can tell where I needed to move there. If I turn my hand back, do this and get used to it. And then you can start releasing your grip. Okay, so turn out, let it flick, grab, boom. With me? Okay, out, turn, grab. Or, as I was doing right there a second ago, turn, grab. Just do that very, very slowly. Turn, grab. Okay. Now it's basically the same way for closing, but you'll have to get the rhythm of opening first before you can close it. But closing will be, you will hold the non-clip part, okay? You will flick out again and let this swing around. Okay, you're going to want it to turn in your hand the opposite way and come to close. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and it's open. 1, 2, and it's closed. 1, 2, 3, or even better, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, done.